Hello YouTube friends, I decided to start making a daily vlog documenting my journey healing from a heartbreak, and might be of value to you and also a meaningful thing for me to look back on. So today is day one post breakup. It's been extremely rough, but I've made it through the majority of the day. I'm off work now. And I'm feeling much better as I'm speaking right now. And I think a large part of it is because I've been allowing myself to process my emotions as soon as they come up. I'm very lucky to work from home, so when I feel my emotions come up, I immediately go into my room, cry my eyes out, and then resume. So if you don't have that privilege, maybe go into the restroom, go outside for a little bit, go into your car. Just try to find a way to process your emotions as they come up somehow. Even if you can't go anywhere, you just sit there on your seat and just close your eyes for a bit and just like feel it for a bit. Even that helps. And then talking to a friend or a family member is so crucial. I think having support system is so crucial, especially if you're in a situation like me where you feel like you're the one at fault, you're the one that ruined the relationship and caused hurt. There is so much guilt and shame that it's easy to fall into complete self-loathing, and to deal with that on top of heartbreak is it's really been one of the most intensely painful experiences I've ever had. Like I literally feel like I'm dying at multiple points. So I've been talking to my mom, which never happens, but I'm like so desperate right now that I'm talking to my mom about it. But at the same time, I'm really grateful because it's brought us so much closer. And talking to my best friend Kenford, if you're watching this, shout out to you. I love you so much. And I'm so lucky to have him. He's one of the few people in my life who truly sees me beyond my stories and my emotions. He sees who I am, and he's there to remind me of that truth. Like, you are a kind, compassionate being who's devoted to your evolution. You make mistakes, but it doesn't define you, and I am proud of you for telling the truth and staying strong through all of this and taking responsibility, committing to change and all that. And it's really, really amazing to hear that from someone that you love and trust. So thank you, Henford. But the point is, it's really important to find people like that you can talk to in your life and to kind of pull yourself out for a bit. And the other thing that I've been really struggling with today is ruminating upon the words that was said to me when he broke up with me. He sent me a text and he was very angry and telling me that basically that I'm a piece of shit and that the whole relationship was fake and I've been dishonest to him the whole time. So when it comes to this situation, there is his perspective and my perspective. And he's writing this message from his perspective, as well as all this anger and hurt that he's feeling so intensely. So it's like a lot of emotional projection, which is completely understandable. But I feel like the more I ruminate on his words and his relative truth about the situation, I feel myself getting like brainwashed into believing that that's how it is. That, yeah, maybe I am a piece of shit and that none of this was real and that I've just been a manipulative liar and blah, 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 blah. which brings out even more guilt and more shame and more of these terrible feelings. But talking to Kenford helped me realize, like, that's not true. From my perspective, that's not true. What I did was really hurtful. I realize that now, but from my perspective, it was not, it was different from his perspective. And I do not think the relationship was built on a lie, because it was a very, very real relationship for me. I had really invested a lot of myself emotionally, energetically, time, and this was the first relationship where I really had this strong desire to be the best partner that I can be, to change aspects of myself, to better accommodate the other person, to be there for them better, to say things and do things that make them feel the best way that I can. I'm not perfect at it, but I really have been trying, and there's a very genuine effort that I've made. And I think there's been a shift for me from the beginning of the relationship towards like more middle and end. In the very beginning, I think what happened was there was like, we weren't on the same page about the status of the relationship and where we were at mentally and emotionally. Like in the beginning, I realized it was like a very strong attraction and magnetism that I felt, but I wasn't like fully ready to commit and like jump into a relationship because we haven't had much time spent together, and I just wasn't sure about a lot of things. So yeah, in the beginning I really wasn't like fully in it, but after we decided to like, okay, now we are officially together and committed, I've been very, very in it. And so basically I feel like I'm slowly coming back to my truth about the situation and my perspectives, and there's like a sense of not anger but like frustration, because I feel like none of this was ever considered by him, and he only sees what he thinks of the situation, which is again completely understandable. I do not expect someone who's hurt and angry to be like, oh yeah, let me hear you out. The person who just like broke my heart, like, yeah, they're probably like, fuck you, like I never want to talk to you again, which is essentially what he's doing right now. But I completely understand. But just me and my own emotions, I'm like, I really want to like reach out to him and talk to him and like explain everything, explain why I did that, and why I didn't delete that person off of my Instagram, you know. I just want to like explain myself, and like I wish that he could consider things from my end, and it's not even to like reconcile or anything. It's really just so that he doesn't believe that I had intentionally betrayed him, with the knowing that, oh, I'm choosing to like betray him right now, and I'm just like manipulating you and lying to you for fun. Like I feel like understanding that would help him move out of that hurt and anger a little bit better. But he has blocked me on everything, like every platform imaginable, even email, I think. So there is one platform that he didn't block me on, and I tried sending him a letter. I don't know if he's seen it or read it, and I kind of regret doing that, to be honest, because I feel like when I wrote it, it was the day of the breakup, I feel like I still had so much emotions in me that I don't know how the letter's gonna come across. I feel like I should have waited till I was in a more composed place to write it. But it was very real, very raw, and I just wanted to like get some, at least tell him that I'm really, really sorry. But yeah, I'm fighting the urge to like not reach out to him on that platform. And I think we both need time, like regardless of what happens in the future, like we might end up talking again somehow, or this is like literally the end for us. Regardless, right now we for sure need time from each other to reflect and heal, especially him, I think. But yeah, it's really difficult dealing with this lack of closure on like a friendly note, you know, like his last message being so full of anger and almost like hatred towards me is really hard for me to accept right now, but I have to accept it because that's the consequences of me telling him what happened. And he is completely entitled to this reaction. It's completely understandable. So I have to know that and also understand myself and give myself grace for like feeling bad about that. Like it's okay to feel bad about that, but also know that it's fine. Also, I think breakups are the best fucking diet. I have not eaten at all yesterday, and today I just had like a little bit of food, but I think I'm gonna go to the gym. And then later tonight, I plan to do more processing, and if I have the capacity, I want to do the inner meeting that my teacher Avalon told me about, which is when I invite in his higher self, his soul, and ask them if they're willing to be in a healing space with me, and then I'll let his soul tell me everything, and then I'll tell him everything, and I will try to feel his emotions for him and process it for him. And that's what we do at her healing retreats when we're doing healing with someone else, and I think it's very effective. And I know that he needs help because he doesn't really know how to do the emotional processing part, and I know that it's really heavy for him. So I'm gonna see if I can help him do that, and I think it would make me feel better and alleviate some guilt if I'm actively helping him in that way, and I know that it will help him. So it's gonna be heavy though. So we're gonna do that, and we'll see. Hopefully I can get some sleep tonight. As I'm talking right now, I already feel like the emotions rising up again. Hang in there, guys. I do have trust somewhere in the back of my mind, in the bottom of my heart, that everything happens for a reason. Everything is here to evolve me, and only good will come out of this. Maybe we reconcile and we can have a fresh beginning where we're both much more evolved and healed, or this was never the right relationship for either of us, and in that case, as painful as it is, it's better that we end things now than later, and we're free to find the person that's truly right for us. But that's really, really hard for me to accept right now because I feel like I'm so in love with this person, and I just keep thinking about all the good things and all the beautiful memories that we've had, and you know, the classic breakup, post-breakup ruminations. And I have so many things in my room that reminds me of him. I still have all of our pictures, and my notes for him, my writings for him, so I'm not ready to let that go yet. But yeah, it's tough. If you're just fresh out of breakup right now, I fucking feel you. We got this. We're in it together, and we will come out the other side. Be kind and gentle to yourself. Tomorrow's the eclipse, so yeah, it will be a good time to release and renew. And yeah, okay, I'll update you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.